Tonight, on 205 Live, Arya Daivari and Hideo Itami want to have a word with the WWE Universe. But are they the only ones? Lio Rush returns to the ring. And for the main event, Akira Tozawa and the Brian Kendrick take on Jack Gallagher and Drew Gulak in a brutal street fight. Who wins? Who loses? Let's find out. And we start off with a promo with Itami and Daivari, and Daivari is being the mouthpiece for Hideo Itami, which makes a lot more sense when you think about it, demanding respect from the WWE Universe. Just be interrupted by Drake Maverick, who is then, in turn, well, after threatening them with suspension, in turn is interrupted by none other than the Scottish Supernova, Noam Dar. I am searching for something that I don't currently have on myself. Alright. But yeah, Drake acquiesces to the request of Noam Dar to make it a match, and it is now Noam Dar versus Hideo Itami for the curtain jerker, which also means that Drake Maverick had nothing planned for the first 15 minutes of the show. Bad GM. Trying to take the piss out of it. I'll drop that. Sometime. Maybe as soon as Jonn drops some of his jokes. Let's see here. But yeah. Starting off with the match, Noam Dar versus Hideo Itami. Dar and Itami hit the ground running, with Dar spinning himself and Itami around into a near pinfall win. Itami breaks free, sets Dar up on the top rope, climbs up to the top turnbuckle, and gives him a brutal drop kick to the head. Hideo strikes Noam multiple times, sending him from one side of the ring to the other, striking him all along the way. Dar tries to work Itami's weak shoulder and arm, but finds focusing on strikes serves him better against Hideo. He puts on a great offense for the rest of the match, countering and outstriking Hideo until a well-timed distraction by Arya Daivari gave Hideo the moment he needed to capitalize, lay a few good strikes on Noam, strike him down, and pin him for the win. Hideo Itami and Daivari should make a pretty adequate team. Daivari still being able to wrestle, but also being able to be a good mouthpiece for Hideo, who, let's be honest, when you've got such a language barrier, having someone that can speak for you can be very beneficial for your character. After that, we got Lio Rush versus Aaron Solo, who actually we're going to be seeing wrestle here on the 13th at Without a Cause Wrestling. Aaron Solo, who is also Bayley's fiance. Leo cheap shots Aaron, and although Solo gets a wee bit of offense in, he gets squashed quickly. Leo is coming out with a more serious attitude towards his matches, brutalizing them as fast as he can to beat him down as fast as he can, learning his lesson from Cedric Alexander. And then after that we got to the main event, and it was Drew Gulak and Jack Gallagher versus Akira Tozawa and Brian Kendrick. Now Tozawa I think it was last week, teased a new look for the Brian Kendrick, and that new look was none other than Brian Kendrick's old look. It looks like he shaved off his goatee, put those the highlights back into his hair, and he looks like he did 10 years ago. It is an impressive change to see. But anyway, Brian and Tozawa charge in against Gulak and Gallagher, which Gulak and Gallagher were going to run out of the ring and try and attack them, so they decided to meet them head on, with the two of them knocking Jack and Drew out of the ring. Jack and Drew, though, got their counter offense in after getting knocked out of the ring, and Gulak, seeming to realize that weapons are needed in this match, start launching things into the ring. Gulak takes a trash can to Tozawa, and Jack and Drew continue their beatdown with Akira and Brian. Brian manages to get back into the fight, facing down Gulak outside the ring as Jack wears down Akira inside the ring. Tozawa turns things around by striking at Drew Gulak and countering one of his hits with the ring bell, breaking into the ring, taking down Jack Gallagher with a chair that was handed to him by Brian Kendrick, then striking down Gulak with a brutal chair throw. Tying Gulak, and then both Kendrick and Tozawa tied Gulak to the post with a bungee cord. And while they were continuing some strikes, Jack Gallagher runs up and hits them both with a trash can, allowing, Gulak to get out of the bungee cord situation. The onslaught continues for a while with Tozawa getting Jack into an octopus hold, Gulak reversing that to the Gulak, and Kendrick slamming Gallagher into Gulak. Gallagher gets up, gets Kendrick into like some lazy looking leg lock. It was a little weird to look at. Tozawa breaks that up, knocks Gulak out of the ring, goes to dive, gets blocked with a trash can by Drew Gulak. Then Kendrick, who earlier went to go for the sliced bread number 2, got pretty much knocked out of commission by Drew Gulak, so Jack Gallagher thought, I'm going to capitalize on this. Climbs up to the top turnbuckle. He goes to get ready to launch Kendrick up, and Kendrick wakes up at that moment. Elbows Jack Gallagher. Hits him, and then from the top turnbuckle hits him with sliced bread number 2, and then pins Jack Gallagher for the win. This was a great victory. This is a great end to this little feud, but I don't think this is over yet. They say it's going to be over, but it's really not. I realize I've been wearing the wrong glasses this entire time, but I'm too lazy to change them right now. So you all get to enjoy it, as I don't need to change anything for the NXT show. Anyway, 205 Live. Pretty solid episode. The jobber match at least told some story. The opener built up Hideo Itami again and Arya Daivari, who is finally back on TV. And the main event was excellent. All in all, I'm going to give 205 Live A minus. A minus. Not any other letter grade, just a minus. No, I'm kidding. A minus. No, B plus. B plus sounds a bit more solid of a grade. I feel like there could have been more. But anyway, polls up there. You can feel free to grade or disagree and agree with me there. Or you leave a comment on this. But yeah, let me get my notes together, get ready for NXT, and begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tonight on NXT, we have Io Shirai and Dakota Kai continuing their feud against Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke. Donovan Dijakovic demonstrates doing the dastardly dueling debut. Heavy Machinery wants to make an example out of a jobber to the Undisputed Era. And for the main event, we have Johnny Gargano versus Aleister Black in a steel cage match. Who wins? Who loses? Let's get in to the nitty-gritty.
Alright. For the first match, we had Dakota Kai and Io Shirai versus Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir. Duke and Kai start off with Duke overpowering Kai with a hard push, and then showed some great speed and great evasion when evading Dakota Kai for just a brief moment. Kai, however, managed to get in a brutal kick, followed up by a double stomp. Shafir proved to be of aid to Duke by kicking Kai while the ref was looking away. The ref should be looking at the talent at all times. She was not doing that. She was not doing the thing. Shafir gets tagged in, works Dakota for a bit, and after a failed pin, Duke tags in, starts cranking Dakota's neck. Kai manages to get out and kicks Duke in the head, allowing her just enough time to tag in Io Shirai. Just after Duke managed to tag in Shafir, Io Shirai comes in, drop kicks Marina Shafir, launches her towards the ropes, hits her with her own 619. I don't know the name of what she does it, but it's the 619. Follow that up by a springboard drop kick, knocks her into the corner and knocks her out for a bit before getting up to the top turnbuckle. Seeing this, Jessamine Duke tries to go to distract. Dakota Kai runs up and kicks Duke away, allowing Io Shirai to hit her with the moonsault, pinning Marina Shafir for the win. Now, I wasn't sure what was going to happen with Duke and Shafir's first, TV match. And you could tell they've been working their asses off to get themselves in gear to actually meet the level of quality that's expected of them. They got a lot of work to do, but I don't think it's going to be that long before they are well, not going to be long before they're really good. They're making this transition very easily. After that, we had a brief recap of Cassius Ohno's attack on Riddle and a little bit of an interview with Matt Riddle. And then we get to the debut, again, of Donovan Dijakovic, or Dijakovic, depending on the pronunciation, versus Aaron Mackey, otherwise known as AC Mack. Squash match. He did. Good showing by Donovan. Complicated last name, which I think might actually work in his favor because Dijakovic is a very difficult name to cheer, to root for. They could probably go with the Seven Nation Army one with the "Oh, Dijakovic," but it's going to be difficult, especially with the pronunciation. And then afterwards, we got Heavy Machinery versus a pair of jobbers. They dead. They deader than dead. They undead. And then they unalived them. Nearing the end of this match, the Undisputed Era decided to step up onto the stage to kind of distract them or to watch their match. And Heavy Machinery, seeing that, decided, alright, let's just beat these guys down. Goes for the pin. And then at the count of 2, Otis pulls the jobber back up. And then they continue beating down the jobbers. And then after that, pitting the both of them for the win. Just kind of make an example of them in front of the Undisputed Era. And then after that, we had our main event. It was Johnny Gargamel versus Aleister Black. And this was quite a hell of a match. It started off with Aleister Black. His entrance hits. He walks up. He gets ready to go into the ring and then is immediately attacked by Johnny Gargano, who beats him up around the ring until Black managed to turn it around and starts beating him around the ring just a little bit further. And then the two start beating each other up until they finally make it to the ring. Black throws Gargano in. He steps in. And immediately Gargano tries to escape by climbing up the wall. Black is having none of it and pulls him down. Gargano attempts to escape again, with Black following yet again. But Gargano gets smart. After getting knocked down, he grabs the rope and pulls it down, causing Aleister to come down on the ropes in the worst possible place, or as Mauro Ranallo put it, his bells just got jingled. Thanks, Mauro. Daro managed to get more offense in after this, whipping Black from one corner to the other, but his brief counter assault was fruitless. Black regained his footing, hitting him with a moonsault DDT, looked like he hurt his knee a little bit on the landing there because he did over-rotate. Then Gargano was brutalized by Aleister for quite a bit of time. Black managed to get to the top of the cage, looks down at Johnny Gargano and thinks, no, I'm going to finish this in the ring. Which proved to be a detriment to his health as the rest of this match would go to show. Johnny Gargano throws him around and whips him in, to the ropes, then sends him between the ropes and the cage, setting up to be super kicked. Gargano then tried to get out again, just to be stopped once more by Aleister Black. Black was promptly slammed to the ground by Gargano, but was unable to make the pin. The two, worn down, unable to get up easily, begin striking each other, both exchanging blows, with Gargano with a super kick and Aleister Black with a knee to face, neither truly getting past the other. Gargano, after getting beaten down between the ropes and the cage, decides to try and sneak his way over to the door and asks for the door to be open. He tries to crawl out. Black manages to stop him, pulls him back in. Gargano tries to escape again. Black pulls him yet again. And Black, after getting him back up into the ring and striking for a little bit, goes up to the middle rope, goes to jump back and attack Gargano, launch himself at him, but Gargano runs up behind him. Russian leg sweep, gets him into the Gargano escape. Black nearly taps the very moment he's in it, but decides to try and fight back. So he manages to get up, launch Gargano into the steel cage, but Gargano just immediately gets him right back into the Gargano escape. Black manages to do it one more time, breaking free from Gargano. When he goes to launch into the cage, Gargano uses that momentum to launch himself up onto the cage and try to climb up. Then Black follows behind him. Gargano gets pulled down, but pulls Black down to the top turnbuckle, and they begin to duke it out there. Gargano tries to slam Black, but Black manages to resist it, and then hits him with a Meteora from the top turnbuckle. Black then preps for the Black Mass, saying, now I have to do this again. Immediately before being able to do the Black Mass, Gargano counters, ramming him into the cage multiple times, hoisting Black up, saying, I absolve you of all your sins, goes for the Black Mass, but instead is quickly countered by Aleister Black with Aleister Black's Black Mass. Both struggle to stand up after this, but Gargano manages to climb his way over the turnbuckle, manages to get back on his feet and starts climbing up the wall. Aleister Black, seeing that he's not going to be able to catch up to him at this point, decides to go for the door. And as Aleister Black is making it to the door and Gargano's making his way over the wall, Tommaso Ciampa runs up and slams the door in Black's face, drags him back into the middle of the ring and starts beating him up. Johnny Gargano, seeing this, climbs back up over the cage, hops back in, looks at Black, looks at Ciampa, gives that kind of look like he's questioning, should I attack Ciampa or should I attack Black? And then Ciampa steps back, puts his arms out, just like in their DIY days. Gargano does the same and they both run up, running knees to Black. Gargano allows Ciampa to step out of the ring and then pins Black for the win. That was a hell of a way to end the match. You know, edging Gargano back over to being on Tommaso Ciampa's side and these two becoming almost allies again. There's still the tension there, but the two of them are starting to work back together. This might be interesting to see. But yeah! Main event was great. Dijakovic's debut was good. I mean, it was supposed to be a showcase. You gotta have your squash matches. I don't agree with Otis, Dozovic, and Tucker Knight. You know, Heavy Machinery having a jobber match. I think it would have been better if they were up against a serious tag team and conquered them in front of the Undisputed Era. Would leave more of an impact. And the starting match was great as well. All in all, this, I would have to give it A-. The jobber matches drug it down just a little bit, but not enough to really bring it down to a B. And, yeah, that's the grade for NXT. But anyway, well, pulls up there. Let me know what you think. Or comment down below. Let me know some more details about what did you think about both of these shows. Hit the like button, hit the dislike button, hit subscribe. We have content every week and sometimes every day, depending on the week and what wrestling is going on that week. But anyway, this has been Real Honesty without John Ritland. I am not John Ritland. I am the Derbinator. And you have a great day.